UFO 50's Spelunky 2 creator Derek Yu, along with Mossmouth and many others, new game. At Day of the Devs/Summer Game Fest, it finally got a release date of September 18th, exclusively on Steam for now, but I guarantee it'll be on Switch or whatever the next Switch is, and probably PlayStation, and maybe everything as well at a different time. It was originally announced on August 7th, 2017 with a teaser trailer on Mossmouth Games' YouTube channel. Interestingly enough, in that trailer it said it was coming in 2018, so obviously it's gotten internally delayed many times. One obvious reason being that Spelunky 2 was being made at the same time, but even then it must have gotten way more ambitious because a 6-year difference is pretty big. Now let's get right into it. UFO 50 is a collection of 50 games into one package. As Derek Yu and John Perry say in the recent Summer Game Fest announcement, these 50 games are not mini-games, the sizes range, but every game has a title, theme, and ending credits of some sort. It ranges from arcade racing games to full-on lengthy RPGs. As for the genres of this game, it's basically all of them. You have RPGs, platformers, puzzle games, adventure games, strategy, and even more than that. And I'm not going to go through literally every game that they showed in the teasers because that would take a very long time, but they've probably shown at least a tidbit of most games, and as you can see, you have fighting games that have many different characters. There you can, fight an AI or someone else. Some sort of strategy game with a big map, full-on dungeon RPGs that look like the very old Elder Scrolls games, and even games that have, full-on like RPG type games that have sequels, as you can see how the character pilot is in multiple games, and they talk about, which I'll get into that a little bit later. Now, the story of this game is really fascinating to me, and I think this is really the most unique and innovative part to me about this game. The story of UFO 50 is that all games were created by a 1980s fictional game company called UFO Soft for a fictional console. The company lasted from 1982 to 1990, and the games get more technologically advanced as the years go on. Some games have sequels and reoccurring characters. And if you're a fan of Spelunky 2, you will recognize Pilot, who is in many of these games. Now, a little bit of a tangent I'm going to get on is that I think, like I said, this is the really unique part of this game. Games these days, what they struggle to do for me is to innovate. This is extremely innovative. I've never seen, I'm only 22, so I haven't played every game out there, but I've never seen a game with this concept. A fictional company with these games that, as the years go on, the technology advances and has a set date and time and all of that, and it's just something I've never seen before. And I just imagine if you were a gamer from this time period, which, as I just revealed my age, I was not, and imagine that you were playing a game in 1982 and that you could just get the sequel and the one after that right away. And imagine in 2070 games that are now being able to do that at that time. That's how I like to think about it, and that would be fascinating, obviously. Now, every game has the 8-bit aesthetic with a 32 color palette, but the thing about this game that really stands out is that it has modern game design. Genres that didn't really exist or weren't as much in depth back then are in this game. Things that limited games back then are removed, and they have a modern game designer's mind and creativity, which is one big thing about this game that is fascinating as well. And that is one thing they say about the fictional company UFO Soft, is that this company was allegedly ahead of its time back then. So every single game is unlocked from the start, and the date that it was allegedly created is at the bottom near the play button saying which year it was made by UFO Soft. The selection screen also does look really cool, I must admit, and I'm guessing that the reason that they're highlighted is because they've already been played, but I'm not 100% sure about that. And I'm not sure if I made this completely clear from what I've said so far, but the games, as I said, they get more technologically advanced as they go. What that basically means is that, this is an 8-year span, I believe it was. Yeah, something like that, 82 to 90. Obviously gaming got more technologically advanced in that time, and they're also doing that by having, in the 1982 game, have the aesthetic of a 1982 game, and as you get to 1990, it doesn't have as many limitations and, stuff like that. I'm not a game developer, so I can't give you all the ins and outs, but you get what I'm saying. As for multiplayer, half the games have some sort of multiplayer functionality. This could either mean a second player in an RPG or a combat game where you fight each other. As you saw, one of the games did have 1 versus 1 combat and stuff like that. Oh, and just to be clear, all games will have a single player mode. Even though half of them will have a multiplayer mode, all games are also single player. The game price is not currently set, but they say they want it to be an easy purchase. Basically what that means is you look at a collection of 50 games and it's like $25 to $30 and you're like, okay, that's an easy buy. I'm already sold because I'm a Spelunky fan, but if not, they still want it to be an easy purchase. To explain further, an easy purchase, if every show you liked was on one streaming service and it was $10 a month or $8 a month, that would be an easy purchase for you. But like I said, UFO 50 just seems so unique, and having 50 different somewhat lengthy games at a reasonable price is hard not to like, because, you know, it's not going to be a full price game. But anyway, that kind of wraps up this video. This is UFO 50 made by Mossmouth, Derek Yu, John Perry, and many others. Coming out September 18th, exclusively for now on Steam. Really looking forward to it, so thanks for watching this video. I will make UFO 50 videos in the future, announcements, more details, and also gameplay like I did for Spelunky 2. So yeah, thanks for watching.